Okay, welcome to our Monday night call. I think this is our first call in February. Yes, our first February call. Um, I wanted to take a little time tonight and just talk about some things that maybe um, we don't think about, or maybe we do think about and forget what a big deal and what a blessing it can be in our life. So, I wanted to talk about how you can let coaching serve you and the people around you no matter what your goals are, no matter where you're at or what you're doing. Um, I wanted to touch on this tonight because I think that sometimes as coaches, we feel like it has to be all or nothing, right? Like we're running really hard. We want to build this huge business. We want to like hit these really big goals and we have this huge vision. So if I don't have those really big goals, or if I don't have that really big vision, then maybe this isn't for me. Or, I don't know, I'm not enjoying, like, I don't want those things. So, sometimes it feels like that all or nothing. And I can personally talk about a lot of different stages of coaching for me, because I've been through a lot of those stages. But the thing to remember is we're all different. We all have different goals. We all have a different vision for what this can do for us, or what it has done for us, or what we want it to do for us. It can evolve and change, or change. If you're like me and you're like, okay, I really want to build a big business, to replace income to bring my husband home. Like that was kind of a really big like aspiration and goal I had. And then, and I'll tell you, I ran really hard at that for like a good 2 to 3 years. I was like, okay, I'm running this, I'm building this. This is what I want. I want to replace this income. And then I'll say, kind of fall, end of fall this year, beginning of like Christmas time. It was more the end of fall, I felt a real like pull on my energy. And it felt like the way I was running wasn't serving me anymore. So I kind of had to take a step back and reevaluate a few things. And if I look back on it now, that's when I started working on my relationship with food even more in depth than I had been since I started coaching 5 years ago, right? So my vision changed a little bit. And I'll say that back at the beginning of coaching, it started out, hey, I just want the discount because I love Shakeology. I love the accountability this gives me. I love the people I'm meeting. I love all the things, right? So that's how I started coaching. And then I kind of saw how this could be such a gift to the people around me. So I kept going for it, right? And my dreams got a little bit different and bigger, and my vision got a little bit bigger. So I just want you guys to know that it's okay for that to be completely fluid. Your goals don't have to be mine, mine don't have to be yours. They can change, they can grow, or something else can take priority for a little bit in your life. So, like I said, I started this whole thing to lose weight and to get healthy, right? Um, and it just became such a huge blessing in my life that I loved to share it with others, right? Um, and and it's just so cool to me to sit back and reflect on how at each of those stages it's served me really well, right? Whether it's the discount or getting my products paid for or helping other people build a business, which is really fun and really a cool thing to do too. Or whether it is what it is to me now, and I'm really just being still. I'm taking a step back right now, and I'm focusing on the people at my table and the people that um, I have already asked to trust me, right? Whether it's as their coach or as their coach and business mentor, right? And that's what I'm focusing on. And it's really cool to see how it continues to be a blessing through all of that. The residual income's really cool, yes, but I found that the really important thing is to be true to you and what you want. It can be really easy to play the comparison game, right? Whether it's building your business or with your own health and fitness, whatever it is, the comparison game can be really tough. And sometimes we feel like if we're not doing what this person over here is doing, then we must not be doing it right. Or we maybe aren't included in the group, when in that case, that's not the case at all, right? So what I'm trying to get across here is that in this new year, as we are morphing and changing and growing as this new family here in Fearless Motivation, right? I want you guys to know that this can be something that can serve you and those around you, no matter what your goals are. I want you to know no matter what they are, it's okay. If they change, that's okay. That's the really cool part, because this is yours and nobody else's. So it doesn't have to be all or nothing. There's lots of in between. So personally, for your own health, for your own wellness, for your friendships, and for family, like I feel like this is a whole nother family almost. And I think it's really cool how we're getting to know some other people a little better than we used to, or maybe haven't yet as well. Let this be your accountability and support through whatever it is you're dealing with. I think that sometimes we all go through periods, like right now, I'm in this period where I've had this weight gain because I've been focusing on healing my relationship with food and on my binge eating disorder. And I feel like I'm starting over almost, right? Like I'm like, okay, I'm starting over. I'm going to back to what I know has worked for me and pulling in some of these things that I've learned. But I'm plugging myself back in this like accountability / support phase of things. Whereas before, maybe I felt like I took on that role of supporter / I'm your accountability partner or whatever. So I think as coaches, it's important to like really kind of be vulnerable if you can and share what you're going through, because it's going to help people a lot. And it's going to, as often as you can be as real and authentic as you feel comfortable being with people, it's going to uplift and encourage not only you, but the person you're sharing it with or the people you're sharing it with. I want you to think about too, how coaching has helped your confidence level, whether it's because you've shown yourself you're stronger than you thought that you were, or that you maybe accomplished something that you didn't think you were tough enough to accomplish, or whether you think about all those things when it comes to confidence, whether you did maybe hit a goal, whether it was to gain weight or to gain muscle or to lose weight or to, like I said, focus on strength. And that just builds your confidence and makes you feel good in your own skin and proud of yourself. And there's nothing wrong with being proud of yourself. I know right now we're in this weird, like if you're an Instagram person or even on Facebook, we're in this weird phase where I feel like there's a lot of shaming for having goals of weight loss or having goals of body type or whatever it might be. You guys, it's the same thing with your coaching goals. They're your goals, and it's okay to be excited about them and proud about them as long as you're doing it in a healthy way, right? So I want you to think about your mental growth too. Think about how coaching has been a blessing to you because of the books you've been encouraged to read, or the support groups that you have become a part of, whether it be for mental health or stress or devotionals or anything, guys. Just, I think back to the beginning and I think about how many things I've been a part of that have been such a huge part of my personal growth that I never would have really sought out, I don't think, had it not been for coaching. So if you're hearing this call and you're a new coach and you're like, okay, wow, these are a lot of possibilities for me, right? That's pretty cool. Or whether you're a seasoned coach, I don't like saying old. Um, if you're a seasoned coach and maybe you're trying to reflect on um, what this has done for you or where you want it to go or what your goals for this year are, right? Or even this month. I want you to think back to all the ways this can be such a huge blessing to you and how sometimes we can forget it. And the big part of this is don't be afraid to share it. I feel like, and it's so funny because I look at my posts from 5 years ago and I look at my posts now and I looked at how they've changed and how maybe my visions are changing for Beachbody. Maybe, yeah, would I like that income for my husband? Yes. But when I look back to the reason I started coaching, it wasn't for income. It was to help other people, to show other people that whatever they want to do is possible with their wellness, because I was that person who thought I could never lose weight and never hit my goals. So I wanted to share with people that it is possible and that I feel like this is the best opportunity because it's so doable. It's so real. It's so sustainable, right? So that was it for me. So that's kind of why I've gone back to the basics. And if I look at how I share and what I share, I almost feel like coaching is the vehicle for me to encourage others, um, whether it be by sharing my faith and shining the spotlight on Jesus, or whether it is sharing with them my struggles, because I know I cannot be the only one that has the struggles. So if I share that and I look at the positive things that I see to help myself through that struggle, that's helping somebody else too. And maybe it's not even fitness related, you guys. So that's kind of something I wanted to share because I feel like when we think about coaching and we think about it being the vehicle for something else, that can be kind of a weird thing to think about, but it can be one of the biggest blessings in other people's lives when you share what you're going through and you still show up, right? You're showing up with what's worked for you and what has become such a big part of your life, right? And your lifestyle. And if you're not showing up, that's okay. If you want to start showing up again, yes. Or maybe if you're not showing up like you normally do with your fitness, with your wellness, with your nutrition, you share why. Um, that's one thing I know that I felt like when I lost my dad in December. I was like, I don't have the heart for anything right now. My heart is so empty. I don't feel like I have much to share right now. And I was telling this to a close friend of mine, and she said, Jess, one thing you've always done is you've always shared your journey. Like you've shared your life, whatever you're going through. So maybe now you share your grief journey. And it was like a light bulb, like, okay, yeah, I can do that. However, I feel maybe led to share that day. So I share that with you now to encourage you that maybe whatever you're going through, even if you're not showing up in a big way in your coaching business or your wellness routine, you can share why. And maybe that's going to help someone through the hard thing they're going through too. I know, I know that when we come from here, right? When we come from a place of loving kindness and a place of service, whatever we do is going to be a blessing to someone somewhere somehow. So that's what I wanted to talk about tonight. I hope that it's helpful to you guys. I hope that you know that it truly is okay, whatever your goals are. We have some amazing people on our team, from the top all the way to the bottom. I'm so proud of them. And if your goals are big, huge, you want to build this huge business, we have the tools and the resources and the people to help you do that. And all the things along the way. So I hope, does this make sense, guys? I feel like I'm talking in circles now because I'm like, okay, what did I say in my notes? But yeah, I think that was basically it, is just to really encourage you guys to share whatever it is you're going through. And I don't want anybody to ever be uncomfortable and feel like they're being forced to do or to share anything. So you kind of have to do that like gut check. Like, do I not want to share this because it feels too personal? Or do I not want to share this because I'm just a little scared about what other people might say or think? You know what I mean? There's a difference there. And whatever that answer is okay. If you decide not to share something because you feel like it's too personal and it's not the right thing for you to do, that's okay. But if you want to challenge yourself because you feel like maybe you are holding back a little bit and you should let it go, then I encourage you to do that. Okay, guys. So thoughts, feelings, questions. What do you think? How do you guys feel about, what do you guys think about your goals for this year? Have you thought about it a lot? Are you pulling back and focusing on you for a while? Like, what are you guys doing? My dog wants upstairs.
I know with me, my whole goal was to get to Emerald. And that was my big push to the end of last year. And it kind of didn't happen. I had a couple people, kept up with the invites, and it just kind of kept on rolling over. And they're like, oh, well, then back and forth with people. So it didn't happen. So I kind of just reined back and kind of changed it up a little bit to focus on a few more, not trying to reach out to as many people, and just trying to narrow my focus and simplify it, I guess,
Yes.
for me. So
Yeah. And how's that going? Do you feel like you're making like more real connections now, maybe?
I think so. And from a lot of the people that I was kind of back and forth with a little bit more before, I feel that I'm able to give them kind of more attention to what they're looking to pursue. So
That's awesome. That's really cool. And I will tell you that up until December, I had hit Success Club for almost 3 years in a row. And I did that by reaching back to the people that I had already helped, because people are going to fall off the wagon. I mean, look at me. I feel like I've completely, not that I've fallen off the wagon necessarily, but things happen. Things get hard, or you focus on something else and maybe now it's time to refocus. That happens so often. So I do encourage you guys too to just keep the relationships going, and it's really cool too sometimes to just shoot out those messages and be like, hey, how are you? Like if they're watching your stories, hey, how's it going? I do that all the time, and it's real and genuine, and I get to connect with a lot of really cool people. And maybe I don't even, like you said, maybe you don't talk about it for a while, but then you're able to refocus on maybe what their goals are. And I'll say that all those Success Club points came from, a lot of them came from people coming back and trusting me again. So maybe that's too something, Lori, you can look into. Because how long have you been a coach now?
I've been a coach for, it was a year and almost 2 years. It'll be 2 years in April.
Cool. Yeah. Well, thank you for sharing. That sounds awesome. And two, what I was going to say is, like, if you feel like reaching out to just a few people, that's okay. If you want to reach out to a ton of people, that's okay too. I just feel like for so long, I put these expectations on myself that it had to be a lot, and I had to keep up with what everybody else was doing. And sometimes that's not the answer, guys. And it's okay that it's not. So I want you guys to know that too. And I love like what you said, Lori, like my focus wasn't then to send so many messages, but to look at the people I was already talking to and continue to build those relationships. That is really cool. And that actually takes sometimes a lot of courage to step back from what you feel like is like the building part of your business. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
What do you think, Ashley? What are your, I know we've talked a lot. She's unmuting.
Oh, I think right now I need to refocus on my nutrition for myself. That's what I really got to focus on right now.
Yeah, you're kicking butt with 9 week.
So now I just gotta.
Lori, are you doing 9 week as well?
Yeah, I have 2 more weeks in phase 2, and then I should be on phase 3 next week. So.
And like you said, Ashley, just pulling back and refocusing on you and what you need to do for your own health and wellness, and just sharing that a little bit. Like Jamie said, showing up is huge. However you feel comfortable doing that, whether it's on your stories or in a post or whatever. So that's really all I had for you guys tonight. I know I said this at the beginning of the call, but we weren't recording, so I'm going to say it again for those of you who are listening to the replay. If you're on Team Cup, don't forget to look for your promo codes and to read through all the rules for all the promotions for that. I mean, there's not a ton of rules, but just make sure you know what you're offering people when it comes to those promo codes and how they work and how they can apply. Sometimes they put like a couple stipulations on those, which I was going to see if I could look really quick, but I probably can't figure that out that quickly. But anyway, don't forget you have those promo codes, because that is an awesome way to save people even more money on their challenge pack. And my sister told me this, and I feel a little bit embarrassed that I knew nothing about it, but anybody that has 9 week Control Freak, I don't know if it's today or soon. I thought my sister said in the next couple of days, but they're coming out with a version of 9 week where people do not have to have the wall track, like the door track. I said the wall track, but the door track. So be looking for that. And even think about that, be offering that to people. I don't know if that means then they're going to open up the, the VIP access with the option to not buy the equipment. I will look into that and get back to you guys and post about it. But my sister told me that, and I was like, how freaking cool is that? So for a lot of people, that'll be a better option for them, because maybe they don't want to do the door thing, or, by the way, got mine out of the box that had been in for so very long. And for those people who don't have a good door option, there is installation on the wall, and they give you the hardware to do that. If there's anybody that doesn't want to put it on a door, but they have a workout space that they wouldn't mind mounting it on their wall. It's really like, I did the very first workout today, and I'm like, this thing is cool. It's almost like a mini like weight machine or something, at your house, where you can like, I don't know, love it. So unless you guys have any more, unless you guys have any more questions, I can let you go. But I just felt like that was something to kind of talk about and get your guys' brains thinking about, and maybe reevaluating what your goals and what your vision is, and feel like, I just want you guys to like feel like you truly have the permission to let it be what you want it to be. Even if it doesn't look like what most of the team is doing or what any of the team is doing. Let's just remember that we're here to support each other and love on each other, and just be a big family, and like, families are crazy and funny and silly and all the things, which I feel like we are. So I'm loving that we're doing the big accountability group again. It's so fun to see all you guys together, all of us together in one spot again. I love it. I hope you guys are enjoying it. Don't forget to maybe go back to your old challenge groups and make sure that everybody's been invited. And I need to do that personally, which is why I mention it. And just make sure all your people got transferred over and maybe send them reminders through their invitations so that they can see this new big group that we have. So does anybody have anything else? Nope. Okay, I'm going to stop recording. One moment.